absolutely never believed that God does not love gay, lesbian, and bisexual people. Nothing could be further from the truth. In fact, Jesus would rather be hanging around with you than any self-righteous Christians that spout this awful rhetoric about God hating LGBT people. I grew up in North Carolina, and by the age of 5, I realized I was gay. And I was growing up in a racist, homophobic, and very conservative environment, and I got no support from family, school, society, church about me being gay. And I became a good student. I went to college. I went to Princeton Theological Seminary, and I was privileged to be ordained as a Presbyterian Church USA minister, and I've been a minister for over 35 years. The thing that I really want to tell you is God loves you, and God blesses you.
I grew up in northern New Hampshire in a very rural town, fairly small-minded town. And my story is actually about when I went to college. I thought finally I could get away from kids spitting on me and calling me names and threatening me at school, and I could recreate myself. So one day in the dorm, I walked in and all the guys were snickering and laughing and pointing, and they had ransacked my room and written some very unkind things in my room on the walls in magic marker. And I didn't know what to do. I was terrified. I had to live with these guys. They were bigger than I was and scarier. And I didn't know them and they didn't know me. But I figured, what's my only course of option here? I went to my RA and told him about it, and he was immediately supportive when I didn't really expect that. And where I was very afraid to acknowledge something and be different, I gave them the benefit of the doubt and they rose to the challenge. And I find now in my adulthood that whenever I do that, people usually do rise to the challenge. And through that, I learned that it does get better.
I was really surprised how well my parents took it. It took me a while to come out to my parents because they're very traditional Catholic upbringing, so I didn't know how they would take it. And it's one of those things where you also are not, you know your parents love you no matter what, and I think that's what makes it really hard to come out to them, because they have such intense love for you that you're sort of afraid.
That they're not going to accept you. Yeah. Yeah.
But they did.
But they did. Yeah. Maria's mom was bawling at the wedding.
Yeah, and they gave us both away.
They did.
Yeah.
They did. Yeah. My dad stepped on the hem of my dress when he was pushing me towards Maria.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a little bit easier with my dad because I came out to my parents a long time ago. So I think they had a little time to think about it. Maria came out to her parents when we started dating. So I was the first girlfriend they ever met, and the last one.
Yeah. It's good.
I had to learn to accept myself and love myself for who I was, because society wasn't going to do it. And all those years that I had been bullied, been shut out, been shunned, been laughed at, been mocked, I gave everybody else my power. It wasn't that they were taking it from me, I was letting them take it from me because I didn't believe in myself. Once you start believing that you are who you are, and you were put here for a reason to be as you are, it gets better. You start loving yourself. You start believing in some greater power that just loves everybody, and they don't care. Call it God, call it Allah, call it whomever, call it the universe. There's universal love for everybody. but you have to love yourself and keep your power for you.